Good morning. I'm Kathy Kennedy, the Peconic Land Trust Senior Outreach Manager, and I'm here today with Brian Kennedy of Fixhampton. Brian's going to show you how to put together your birdhouse kit. I really appreciate the fact that you're joining us today. I hope you have fun with this project. So let's get started. Brian?
Hello, and welcome to the pandemic version of the Birdhouse Building Workshop. Um, Hopefully, everybody has a kit similar to this in a nice Peconic Land Trust bag. Inside, you will find the kit for the makings of a birdhouse that should look very similar to this without a mascot. Inside, you also find some material from Peconic Land Trust that describes what they do, so it's some interesting reading. We also want to thank Riverhead Building Supply for graciously supplying all the materials for this project. So to begin, if you would open up, you'll find inside, oops, my bird friend, the kit looks something like that. Additionally, inside you will find a small bag that's part of the bag. If you open that up, you'll find enough screws to complete the project. Let's just dump those out here, put them in front of us. All right, you will need a Phillips head screwdriver. If you haven't already grabbed that, you'll have a moment to get that while I just briefly go over. We will be assembling the birdhouse step by step. Please follow along with me. If you have any questions, you can always back up the video. To begin with, you're going to find several pieces. The bottom, the front, which has the large hole in front. You will have two sides with no holes. You will have a roof that'll have two holes, so you'll be able to tell that just on top, two screw holes, and then the back section. Okay, to begin, what we're going to do is first assemble the front and the sides together. So follow along, and it should be pretty simple. So take the front, and you can be reversed either side, whatever side looks nicest you can use. Then you're going to take one of the sides, actually both of the sides, and if you place them and stack them in front of you like this, it will make it fairly easy to assemble. And just follow along with me, and hopefully I don't rush you. So let's begin with the left side. So take two screws and place them in the holes. And carefully line up the edges so they all line up well and smooth on the side. If they're not perfect, don't worry, it's not critical. The birds will still use it, so don't be too fussy. So let's tighten these first two screws and begin our assembly. Take your time, don't rush. And they don't have to be super tight. You don't want to split the wood, it's the soft pine wood. Now that we've done that, the other one, I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see. What we're going to do is drop this just a 1/4 inch below the other side. And there's a reason for that, and I'll explain it later. Some of you may have done previous birdhouse workshops and you may know the answer. So we'll drop that down a little bit, and again, insert two more screws. And just make sure the alignment is good. So now you should have what looks like this. And the one side you can see is slightly lower. Now what we're going to do is put the bottom on. So if we flip it over, and you will see that the front of the birdhouse has two holes on the bottom. Take the smallest piece, which is the bottom, and slide that in here. It should fit pretty snug. If you have issues doing it, you can pull it apart or loosen the screws if need be. And remember, you're going to have that little extra lip on that side. So once it's pushed and placed, flip it back over and install two more screws. And now we have what looks like that, and again, that slight little lip on the edge. What we're going to do next is install the back of the birdhouse, which is the largest piece. It has several holes in it. The idea is to be able to have enough room to attach it to a tree or a post or whatever you like. So we're going to take this piece And when you line it up, it's going to be a little bit below, like so. So you'll have a little bit of a space here, approximately 3/4 of an inch. Then take the side screws, both sides. You can just pre-start those. And then 2 more, which attach to the bottom. And just carefully line them up as best as you can. And tighten those. This obviously will take a moment. Just you can see, just gently align that, just squeeze it slightly together. Now, your birdhouse should look something like this. Okay. The next step, the final piece, is the roof. So the best way to do that is turn it facing. There are 2 holes on the top. They face towards the front of the birdhouse. And we'll start with those 2 screws. If you turn it around, there are 2 more holes on the back to secure the back of the roof. Again, pre-drilled holes. Tighten those up. And now you have what is a completed birdhouse. Now there is one final step. The reason we left that side, you'll see a small gap. If on that side, if you remove the front screw and also the back screw on that right side, that will allow you to open this side. The reason we like to do that is during the season, once the birds have nested, you can take a peek inside and see if there are eggs in there, see what's in the nest. And even when the birds have started to hatch, you can take a peek in, gently look. Don't touch the birds, but take a peek and you can see how the birds are growing. And what you should do is when you're done looking, reinsert this screw, and it can just be finger tight to keep any predatory animals, squirrels, or other birds from being able to pull it open. A couple quick questions people always ask and we'll review. The birdhouse is made of natural pine. It will weather and probably last a good 10, 12 years. We don't use woods with preservatives in them because that's bad for the birds. People ask me all the time, can we paint them? The answer is yes, but we prefer if you're going to use them outside in your yard or on a post that you not paint them because it makes them more attractive to predatory animals. However, if you do choose to paint your birdhouse, we suggest you use a latex-based paint, water-based paint, so there's no toxic chemicals that can possibly harm the animals. So when you're all done, you'll have a birdhouse that looks pretty much like that. And you can drill a hole here and here and attach it to a tree, a post. We recommend at least 6 to 8 feet high to keep other animals, especially cats, from approaching the birdhouse. And that's it. If you have any questions, simply rewind the video and start from the point at which you had any issues. If not, give us a call. We'd be glad to help you out. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully everyone is happy and healthy.